Couple of minutes. Well, it's a picture we've never seen before of baby Leonna Wright. Today, a community activist unveiled an age progression photo of the missing girl, what she might look like today if she hadn't vanished 4 years ago. Activist Tracy Fant and Leonna's family want to make sure this little girl is never forgotten. Last week marked 4 years since she vanished from that Pendleton apartment complex, and now Tracy Fant, once it's time, says it's the right time for an arrest.
Fox Carolina's Shale Ramin has been following this story. Shale, we talked to Tracy last week on the anniversary of baby Leonna's disappearance. Why did they decide to release this new sketch today?
Well, Tracy has actually had this sketch for about a year now, and it was done by a forensics artist out of Georgia. Deputies told us just today they have specific information about people who may know something about little Leonna. So Tracy says it was the perfect time to show this sketch, reminding people of a child worth fighting for, a child who can't speak for herself. Soft brown eyes and touches of innocence. This is a 5-year-old little girl named Leonna Wright.
It's not just about the number of years that passed. It's about a child whose life was taken from this community.
But this baby vanished at just a year old and was never seen again. This sketch connects those years, showing what they look like without Leonna.
I made a promise. I made a promise that if there was nothing else that I was going to ever do in my life of activism, that I would bring justice to this baby.
Tracy Fant hasn't stopped. She's been fighting for this voiceless child, baby Leonna Wright, from the moment she disappeared 4 years ago.
We can't keep tiptoeing around it. Everybody says, oh, I wonder what happened. Somebody knows. We know who knows. We constantly say that we know who knows. Travis Jones knows. His brother Roderick knows.
Deputies searched for baby Leonna after she was with her mother's then boyfriend, Travis Jones, overnight at their Pendleton apartment.
She was awakened by Travis Jones at approximately 9 a.m. that morning, June 6, 2015, to where he told her that it was apparent that the baby must have crawled out the door after the 3-year-old opened the door.
Anderson County investigators say his story never added up, and they consider Travis Jones to be a person of interest in her case. We learned Monday deputies believe Travis's brother Roderick has answers about Leonna too.
His whole story fell apart. And the reason why we're here today is because his failure to speak up and not only tell the community, but tell Leonna's family, Leonna's parents, what he did with tiny Leonna Wright at that time. We're here now to say that enough is enough.
And while the people responsible may stay quiet, Tracy Fant hopes with one glance at these eyes, a sketch will show the community who it's speaking up for.
If we have people in our community who can take a baby's life, and just because that baby's body is not located, that person is not held accountable, now it's time for justice.
Right now, Travis Jones and his brother Roderick Jones are locked up in the Anderson County Detention Center, serving time for drug charges. The solicitor's office says it is working with investigators on this case, but they couldn't comment any further at this point. Tracy prays that this sketch not only shows what this little girl would look like today, but how a group of people could harm her. Cody and Alexa, back to you.